Hey guys, and welcome to Famously Unfiltered. This is basically a podcast show which is the long, unfiltered, uncut, full-length version of every interview I've been doing on the YouTube series PS Make Me Famous. But here, we are famously unfiltered. It will be fun. Please subscribe. I don't know why I went like that with my voice. I have no idea. Hi guys, in a bit I'm about to interview Zenith, and I'm so excited to share her story with you. Currently she owns her company called High Fitness here in Canada, but it's taken over internationally and it's been such a great success. I'm so excited to share her amazing inspirational story with all of you. So starting my company about a year ago, and especially launching my business during a pandemic, there's so many things I learned and I felt was just so impactful to share other entrepreneurs' stories, because I feel like they kind of all have a same theme and resonate in a very similar fashion. So So I thought it'd be great to bring on my amazing friend Zenith. She's an entrepreneur here in Calgary. She started High Fitness with her partner Emily, and the two of them have really revolutionized the fitness, aerobic fitness industry with their fun, bold music, 80s style. They're cool retro like wear, like they brought the cool hot shorts, little, those cool like retro shorts, and like the fun, like, remember the wristbands, the fun ones? Like these are all staples when I think High Fitness. And I have to tell you, after doing High, you literally have a high for 4 days. It is brilliant. I couldn't wait till after my first class to go again the next day, even though my body's like, what did you just do? It's just such a great business idea. It's fun. The music's pumping. You're hooting and hollering the whole time. But the music, man, is epic. It's like you're at the club. Another thing that I really loved is that, despite all the challenges to start this company and everyone saying, no, the name isn't good, or no, you should take advice from me, I have a business degree, they stuck to their guns and they felt what was right inside of themselves. And they really stuck to what their passion and vision was for the company, despite all the naysayers. And I think for every company, you're going to be faced with that, especially me with PS Make Me Famous. You seek advice from a lot of people when you start a company and a name. And of course, it's like, I don't get it. Like, that's too long. It should be one word, or it should be PSMMF, which I can't do. So, you have to really stick to your overall vision for a brand and what that is. So I'm excited to share her story with you guys. And of course, I'm wearing my PS Make Me Famous. Feeling a little bold today. Spicy for this episode. Enjoy.
You get that? I just sent it over.
Thank you so much. You the bomb, diggity. I'm going to check right now. Thank you. Yeah, I remember last night I was like, that's what I needed from you, a bio.
Don't worry. I had it. Don't you worry, girl.
You look so cute.
Oh, God. I get dressed once in a while. Not often.
I love that jacket.
Isn't it great? A friend of mine ordered it from, I guess it broke the internet, this jacket. It sold out in a minute, and she got one. She's much cooler than I am. And it didn't, she's kind of shorter. So because the shoulders, she felt like took over her whole
body.
For her whole body. So I was like, oh, I'm tall, needs this. Do you want it? And I was like, yeah, I do. So
oh my God, it's so retro cool.
So many compliments about this jacket. It is a good one.
It's a very good one. I like it. Okay, so I'm gonna quickly check just to see what I got in the bio world. I mean, thank you so much.
Okay, so why do all your scarves sell out? Do you only do a small amount?
Really small, okay. Yeah. Well, the ones that sold out are actually the ones by Pablo Insua. He's an artist out of Argentina.
Oh.
Those ones sold out because I only had samples of those ones. I didn't order them in bulk, but I do want to push those in a different format. So I'm actually working on pillows for his prints.
Oh my God, I want some. And
I know. And so, oops, sorry. I'm like talking.
Good for you.
Well, yeah, we're gonna do it.
I need more light.
Do you need more light?
Am I dark?
Let me see. Hold on. Let me see. I was just looking at your bio. 2 seconds. Let me. Do you have a lamp somewhere?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have a light.
Yeah. Put a light on. Turn those lights on.
I'll go get it. You check the bio.
Yeah. I love how big this has gotten for you. This is so long. How many years have you had? How many years have you been doing High for? Oh, you're not here. Hoopers. How long have you been getting high now for?
Oh my God. Okay. We started in, well, technically for more than we actually became a brand, but that was kind of an accidental thing. But since 2014, we kind of started creating this brand that came from just kind of figuring out. So when I started teaching group fitness, my now business partner, this young, fresh hottie, Emily Nelson, was teaching dance fitness classes. And I am not a dancer at all. So she's bouncing around saying, I'm going to teach you how to teach dance fitness. And I'm like, hell no, you're not. I'm never going to teach dance fitness. And she's like, yes, just do my routines. You're going to love it. And so I actually did end up loving it, but I'd take her routines and I would dumb them way down. She's a beautiful dancer. Right. And I would put like basic hand curls, knees, runs to these songs. I would kind of way dumb down her routines so that I could do them. But in turn, in my classes, people were loving this because a main thing about fitness is I can't dance or I can't follow. You hear that all the time.
Yes, the choreography, yeah.
And so they absolutely loved what I was doing. And we were teaching Zumba back then. But like I had created something completely different out of just not respect for the format, but like I literally could not dance. So it was like, I need to dumb this down. And the Latin music really didn't speak to me. So I'd use more fresh, I'd use the Beastie Boys and different stuff. And what would happen is I'd go away on vacation and my participants would be like, I went to Zumba, it's Latin dancing. And I'm like, yeah, that's what it actually is. I just can't do that. So this is what I do. So I really felt a calling and I went to my husband and I said, I think I need to start my own thing because people A, won't come because they think it's Latin dancing, and B, I'm not doing this brand justice and this isn't fair for them because they are like a Latin dancing format. So I really thought about it and I was like, I need to do my own thing. And the name High just like came to me like a lightning bolt, even with the lightning bolt in it. And I just started making shirts, so like from
it always starts with a shirt, like a good shirt.
Yeah.
Really, it's happening.
Like, yes, as soon as you make the shirt, this is happening. So I made the shirt. Yeah. And I was always trying to lure Emily in to like kind of do this with me because she was very successful with her Zumba and different classes. She had moved to Utah back at this point. And she was in her comfort zone and she's a fitness star there. So for her to kind of start something new was very scary when she had such a good thing going on. So I'd send her the shirt in the mail.
The shirt helped.
Like, here's the shirt. And finally she decided, yes, that she was in on this. So the weird thing is I think like most things that turn out being successful is that it evolved from something that was necessary. I didn't go, oh, I'm going to create a fitness format. I started with doing fitness and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, people love this simple, fun, wicked music that isn't typically in fitness classes. Usually it's like the cheesy music and all of a sudden like Sabotage by the Beastie Boys is coming on. And that was something that it was so different for people that they fell in love with it. So
I love when you honor your deficiencies. Like you're like, I can't do this.
Oh yeah, like that's what it was created from. And that's something that I think is so important. And my business partner, Emily, talks about this all the time. Don't try to do the things you're bad at. Like we aren't super moms. We aren't baking cookies. We don't even try at this point because it always ends up in tears with the kids are crying. They're terrible. Like you have to do what you're great at and don't worry about the things that you're not.
I think it's a lie when the parents are like, oh, I baked with my children. I'm like, that doesn't, lies. Like
I'm like, you bake, but they're good at that and they love that. And that's great. They could never do aerobics like we do, so everyone has things that they're amazing at. And those are the things that you have to go after. Why would you swim upstream and try to do things that you're not good at? And that's something that people often try to do, which I find interesting. But yeah, you got to swim downstream. Don't swim
Yes, honey.
Yeah, nuts.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. So your first vision of the fitness world, how old were you and where were you? Do you remember that flash where you're like, that's cool?
Oh, I so remember. Okay, Bess from the 20-minute workout. I'll get you footage of her. I'm still obsessed with her. Like I want to be her. The 20-minute workout, my mom did it every single morning. She put in her little Betamax, and off she went. And I just saw how like she idolized these ladies, and how in turn it really sparked something in her. Like she felt so cool, and she'd put on her outfits and she'd sweat and burn off some steam. And this was her ritual. And it just sparked so much joy in her that I was like, this is amazing. I love it. And I'd join in. And I always wanted, like, because of this, I was like, I'm going to be at least a part-time aerobics instructor because this is so fun. Like, what isn't fun about it? So, yeah, the 20-minute workout, I will get you footage. I'm still in love with them. These girls were so cool. And yeah, it just sparked something in my mom that I always kind of loved.
And their style was really cool.
So cool. It's so cool. I'm always trying to be that.
Do you feel like their fashion statement transitioned into the high fashion, like?
There's definitely inspos for sure. Definitely inspos. We've kind of modernized it. We wear the leotards underneath the leggings instead of over top, just little tweaks like that. But definitely they inspire us still.
I feel like you brought back the wristbands, and that, like, that was all you, because I don't feel I saw that for quite a few years until I took your class. I'm like, oh yeah, that.
Well, the whole aerobics thing kind of went away, and Emily and I aren't sure why, because it's so much fun. And the conclusion that we've come to is that they were doing things that aren't necessarily safe. So I think that people were getting hurt and stuff. So that was one of the things that we did, was really modernize it to make it like they'd go from like down to the ground with your head between your legs to up and jumping up. And I'm sure people were dropping like flies, but
right, they couldn't handle that.
The fun factor, it's still nostalgic. People see it and it sparks something like, oh, that's so fun, and people are loving life. And that's what we try to embody all the time with high fitness, is just, you know what? Fitness should not be hell. If you are going and hating it and just like every minute you're looking at the clock, you need to find something that you enjoy, like skiing, or is it high, or is it whatever that is that makes you happy when you're working out. You'll never be successful if every minute is pure torture. It'll always be a chore, and you'll never become your best self that way.
And your class is an hour in length?
Minimum 45 minutes. So if they only have a certain amount of time to do the class, but it is set in a format. Like, we have essentially what we did. And another thing that we found with fitness was that different songs, people would have different routines. So you never kind of knew what was happening. Every song has a set routine, and it's hilarious because we get videos all the time. People are in Target and the song's on and they're doing the routine. So it's created this whole like culture, a huge culture that people just love it. So it's set in a format. So all classes are very consistent. They know what they're getting into, and people like knowing what they're getting into. You can see them standing at the door like, what the hell's about?
It's like their dance, it's their jam. Like,
yes,
pre-COVID, you go to the club, it's on. It's like you go into aerobic.
Yes,
timber.
Yes, and that's what high is. We don't want it to be. We're like the anti-fitness. We say this all the time. Like, we don't really want to be part of that fitness world, because that's all about abs and how much do you weigh, and you should look a certain way, and you should be a certain way. And there's no success with that. There's only hell, and a circle of hell that you're constantly on this hate treadmill. And we don't want to hate ourselves. Yeah. You are what you are.
When was the first time you were like, oh my gosh, like, we kind of made it? Like, that breakthrough moment. Do you remember that? And what that was? That you're like, whoa.
There's two sides to it, because we still feel like, oh, we're not even close to where we know we're going to be.
Well, where do you want to be?
Well, we want to be a nationally recognized fitness brand, which I think we're on our way there.
Let me take a second and tell everyone that, first of all, you have 1 million subscribers.
Well, we have 1 million annual participants. So
you're in 500 cities.
Yes. 500 cities in North America.
Okay. And then also you have 4,000 instructors teaching high fitness.
Yes.
That's a lot of number.
Yeah, it's a good number. It's a good number, but I don't think that if you went to, small town Manitoba, and you said, do you know what High Fitness is? That so we want to be like a household name. Let's say that. I guess we're nationally
But I
recognized.
feel like because your partner Emily, she's in the States, you're in Canada, so you've covered a lot of ground. We just got to get you to Mexico now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're so much ground to cover in North America that we're still plugging away at that. But yeah, I we want to be a household name where kind of, if you say Zumba, people know what it is. They've done such a great job with creating a brand and awareness, and we love and respect them. We're just a different type of fitness format, but definitely that's the goal is, becoming a household name.
Okay, so name 3 moments, because this is since 2014. 3 moments that you had that out of body experience and you looked at what you created and went, Emily, we did really good. What were those 3 moments that you kind of congratulated yourself? Because it's important to have that balance. You have to take that step back and be like,
Well, I was at Disneyland once, and all of a sudden this girl was like, Amber, like looking around because I have a very distinct voice. And she recognized my voice, and I'm like, what is happening right now? And it was one of our instructors that was also at Disneyland that I had never met, but she knew me from, our videos. That was a bit like, oh, wow, this is something that people love and do, and they, look up to us, which is always kind of funny to me, but we just do what we do. When we were in People magazine, Julianne Hough had done High Fitness. She has her own fitness brand now, but she had just participated. That was like so crazy. One of our instructors is friends with her, and they went on this retreat, and it's actually one of our gurus, so one of our top babes is friends with her, and she had taught her, and it made People magazine. That was crazy.
did you
So
frame that one? Please tell me you framed.
I need to. I definitely need to. That was super cool. And, copycats. We have lots of copycats now. And that's like, it sucks, but it's also like, wow, people are trying to, emulate what we're doing. And that is something that is, says, oh, we've made it if we've got copycats and haters. If you have haters and copycats,
You're in a good place. I was gonna ask you, because the name High, first of all, it resonates because like the first thing after taking your class, I'm like, oh my God, I'm like high. Like
yeah.
I had so much energy. Like after your hour class, like I'm like, I could go for a run right now. I could go to the gym. Where am I gonna go? I couldn't wait till the next day. Like I couldn't wait for the next class.
There is a misconception that working out makes you more tired. It really does give you energy, and being with the people in our class and the fun music, it really does. But really, that's not what it kind of was about. Like back in the day, there was high impact, low impact aerobic workouts, and ours was definitely high impact. We've since added a format called high low, which is a lower version of high. But yes, that has come out where people are like, yeah, this is like, I feel amazing. No wonder you called it high. But
Yeah, you're like, yeah, that's so cool how people kind of like make it like it transitions. But when you came up with the name High, were you like, nope, that's what it's called, or did you?
200%. Like
Yeah,
I was like, nope, this is it. And we got lots of criticism, like the name was too risky and that it would be controversial. And
that's the best. Controversial
yeah,
enough.
I was like, nope, this is what it is. That's it. And even just like, I'm going to high, like it really, people just are a part of it. And it's crazy because you'd think that maybe people wouldn't want to wear high because the whole, marijuana thing or whatever people think because of it. But when we put things in our shop with we have a clothing line as well. If it doesn't say high across the chest, it does not sell the way stuff that's branded does. So people.
What were 3 names that people threw at you that were like, oh, you shouldn't call it that. You should call it. What were the? Do you have any names?
I didn't. I never even took. Opinions. I just like, yeah, no, this is it. This is what it is.
Because I feel like as a business owner, like for me too, like the first thing I did was like seek the people. I'm like, is this okay? Do you get it? Like, what do you think? And then I remember just being on the phone for, hours with people saying, maybe it should be this, maybe it should be that. And you put all that time in and you know that first gut instinct, it's just going to be that. So
I love your name. I love your name. My next venture when I'm, 60 and sold high, is going to be like a small business branding company because we've done so well with the name High and with the branding. I love your name. That's the first thing I
Oh
thought.
my God, that means a lot if you're going to go into branding.
A good name. I love that name. So good for you. I love it. I feel like it's so powerful and people will want to be a part of it. So
Thanks. That's so sweet. Okay, so I was going to ask you, first of all, what's your favorite color? Very important.
yellow.
Yeah, like, but is it a specific yellow? Oh my God, like I felt this. No, I'm not even joking. So before I do my interviews, I'm like, what would this person want me to wear? And I enter my zone. And I was like, yeah, and I wanted to do kind of like this is my pocket square, which doubles as the neck scarf, but I wanted to do something kind of 80s retro for you. And I felt like this was like
it's great. My favorite color is yellow, always has been. Even when I was a little girl, I wasn't like pink. I was like, I had my room painted yellow. I always loved yellow.
Well, you're a very happy yellow person. You spark yellow.
A spaz for sure.
Okay, but color combo. If you were to pick two colors, it'd be yellow and that you love as a combo that you wear.
No,
fashion here.
I don't really wear yellow. I just love yellow.
Okay.
Okay, color combo. If I had to do like a color combo, I'd probably do pink and red.
Okay, that's cool too.
If I was wearing it, like, yeah, I love clashing, like stuff that you wouldn't necessarily.
Remember when they used to say don't do pink and red, and that was like the first thing. I'm like, that's the coolest. Like, that's the coolest.
Like, what? Pink and red is the best.
And I think they brought it back. They're all saying don't, and then they're like, oh, in 10 years we're gonna say do it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna ask, what's the best advice you ever got?
Oh my gosh, there's so much good advice. The best advice that I ever got. Well, the whole high fitness thing happened because some advice that Emily gave to me. So when I first started teaching dance fitness with her and I was just starting to get my stride, my confidence was kind of shit. Like I wasn't, can I swear?
Yeah, I'll cut it out. No.
Keep it out. My confidence was not great. And so she was moving back to Utah and she was kind of my lifeline because she inspired this thing in me that really was bringing me some happiness and I was loving it. And she was like, just be you, rock you. That's the only way you're going to succeed is by you're not me, you're not anyone else, you are you. And from that moment on, I really did allow my true authentic self to just shine. And it's done nothing but bring me great places. So that is definitely, it changed the game for me. And that is now a huge message that we do to our instructors is that, so you have to understand that our instructors aren't fitness instructors. They're moms at home that really are craving some kind of identity or they want something to have as their own. They want to make some pantyhose money. There's nothing worse than asking your husband, can I have $10 to go to this upper struck part? Like you want to have something that's yours. And so 85% of our instructors, I'd say, are people that have never taught fitness. This is completely out of our comfort zone. And it's about bringing out that bringing out your self-esteem, Stella getting her groove back. That's what it's all about. It's not even about fitness at all. It's not like we're pumping iron and we want to be these buff diva. Like we get fit because we love working out, but that's kind of secondary to the real picture, which is becoming your best self by rocking who you are to the core. No shame in that. And then that's when you shine. That's when
you have a shirt that says rock you, because I would like that shirt, please.
I know we need a shirt.
Can you do it? I wrote it down for y'all. Email it. Make sure you do one that says rock you.
Yes, I love it. I love it. We need, because that is our shtick. That's going to be the name of my branding company.
Shtick? Oh my gosh, another girl, you're so good at this.
So good, right? So
good at me.
Rock you. And then all of a sudden, like, life opens up and here you are living your best life. So
and are your classes now online?
Yeah, so since COVID, actually it's been amazing for us because we had to 180 our business like overnight. Like I'm talking, all of a sudden we went from 4,000 instructors teaching across North America to you're no longer allowed in.
Yeah.
And if they can't teach, they can't pay us to teach. So it's like we really had to pivot our business. We had to find out, and it's the music licensing that kills us because the music that we use is that licensed music. So we had to pay for licenses. We had to figure out what was legal. We had to 180 this business. I was literally, before we figured it out, doing 32 count aerobics in my living room to like techno music to try to, get them something. But we did figure it out, and it has changed the game, because before, someone, let's say, watching this is like, I want to take high, but they live in a city that doesn't have it. They basically couldn't.
Right.
Now it's like, here's the link, 30 live. So it's
And
live.
the link is
fitnesslive.com.
highfitnesslive.com.
Yeah.
I'll put it at the bottom.
If you just go to highfitness.com, there's also a link that brings you to the live classes. But essentially what it is a live studio. So the same instructor always teaches at the same time. It's high or high low, and it's live. So they're there. It's like you and me right now. It's like, hey guys.
But do you have pre-recorded classes that you can dig into as well?
No.
Whoa.
We only do live. So with music licensing, I mean, I'm not telling on anybody, because people do it all the time, but we aren't willing to take that risk. When you pre-record things, that's when you get yourself into trouble. But since it's live and it goes away, it's.
And then do you have, like, how do you decide what instructor's teaching what? Is it locally?
All our gurus. So we have like a top 15 instructors that are basically could fill in for Emily and I.
Mm-hmm.
They're like the top tier. They can train. They're incredible instructors. They know exactly what the brand is. Like, these 15 girls are it. So it's Emily and I do 5 a week. Emily does 2 because she's actually still live in Utah. They're not shut down like we are here.
Okay.
And then the gurus are throughout the day, different times. And
that's fantastic. So it's quite like consistent, the schedule. Like, you'll find a time that works for you.
Like, it's always me Tuesday at 9:15 doing hot, so.
And is it membership based, subscription based, drop-in class?
There's a 7-day free trial, and then it's $19.99 a month Canadian, $14.99 a month US. So even if you can only hit a couple classes, we kept it so, kind of cheap and cheery.
Oh, so nice.
Do it.
Yes.
It's been an amazing experience, but I got to tell you, teaching online compared to teaching in person, like, my husband's like, isn't it the same teaching to people and teaching it online? And I'm like, it's literally like 10 times the energy exerted, because there's no energy coming back from people. You have to go full tilt the entire, we give our all. So be ready for like a workout of your life, because we are giving her on there. It's so much fun. It is. So
okay. So I'm going to be doing that again soon, and I'm going to get my daughter to do it too, because all the extracurricular after school has diminished. So she can't sit on her butt and watch Disney Plus all day.
I know. My Sloan took 25 hours of tennis a week to 0. Like, she's like me. She's ADHD. She's like,
you gotta do something, right?
I know, it's bad. So yeah.
So yeah, the girls will have to join mommy's class. I'll join your class. What was one thing you've taught your girls that you hope sticks with them for life? Like, what's that one piece of advice you're like, that was good, Mom. I did good. I hope it sticks with you.
Well, okay. There's lots of things. Never dull yourself down to like please someone else. Like, if you're too much for somebody, that person isn't for you. Like, you should never be tolerated in any relationship, a friendship, a romantic relationship. Like, if someone tolerates you, if you feel that vibe where they're kind of like, they never call you back, it's kind of you're like a second thought, gone. That's like, no, they're not for you. You never like kind of please someone and now dull yourself down to please other people. That's number one. I teach them no drinking, no smoking, no drugs, like, truly. And I'm actually overbearing with this, because I'm like, once you're done, like, it's such a slippery slope. My family has, alcoholism in our family. It's just, you don't win. Like, and I know that it's really important to me. I mean, if people can drink, and if they can, and it doesn't affect their life or other people's lives in a negative way, great. Like, that's a different story. Mm-hmm. My father-in-law can have half a glass of wine and he's like, I'm good. Like, it's a non-issue. There's no issues behind that. But the minute that you find that this is some kind of habit, there's just no winning. I'm obviously an alcohol-free advocate, because I just think it's a better life. An easier life. Like, people think it's easier. to sit back and have the drink. But for me, it's definitely easier not to. It's a much easier life. So I just feel like that's important for them to learn. And the rock you thing, like my girls are so different. They're night and day. One's artsy, one's an athlete. Like they're just so different. And I never want them trying to be each other or anybody else, because you just can't be. You aren't them, and you never will be. It's like trying to turn a goat into a unicorn. It's impossible.
That was like adorable.
It's true.
A goat into a unicorn. No, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Not that anyone's a goat or anyone.
No, it was just like the cutest little.
Trying to turn a chair into a table. Like it's just,
in my head, I was like, could that be a t-shirt too? But I don't think that. Okay, so we're gonna go into the fashion fire round.
Okay.
Because I love your style. Like I'll never forget the one time you showed up to lunch when the world was open and you had flared jeans, platform heels, jean jacket, bright pink lipstick, gold hoop earrings. I'm like, yeah.
Did I do double jean? Oh, that's interesting.
No, like the flared.
Oh, yeah, but a jean jacket and jean pants.
Oh, double jean.
I don't know. I must have been wearing
maybe it was a leather. I don't know.
Probably, yes.
Okay, but it was all good. Like I just felt that all good. So when you get dressed in the morning, are you like, what am I going to be today? Or are you like, how am I feeling today? Or you're just like, what do I got to wear?
Okay, yeah, no, I really like kind of being out of the box. I like having a statement. 99% of my wardrobe is thrifted or consigned. I don't like pieces that everybody's wearing. If something's a big trend, I kind of go the opposite way. Yeah, I don't like kind of, fitting into a certain thing. I like having a bit of a statement, but when I get dressed, I really get dressed. But when I don't, I'm so lazy. Like I'd stay in my pajamas all day if I could.
Oh, but that's normal for everyone. That's normal.
Oh my God, I love pajamas. I do.
I
really do. But yeah, when I get dressed, I kind of think like, I always put on kind of one piece that's a bit of a statement. I don't think I'm ever, muted or kind of just basic. Yeah, so I always have a unique piece. I love color. Yeah, I think that you have to have statements, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, so fashion fire round.
Okay.
What's your favorite era of fashion? These are quick.
70s.
Bam. What was
70s.
It? Flare jeans.
Love the 70s.
Yes.
Love
how do you describe high fitness attire?
Fun, colorful, aerobics. Yeah, fun, colorful aerobics for sure.
Lipstick color of choice. You have one
red. Color. I don't have one today, but I 99% wear red.
You know what? I thought you were gonna wear red, so I was actually gonna go put on red and then be like, but then I just didn't. So whatever.
I love red lips, but masks have destroyed my red lipstick.
Oh.
You can't wear red lips because then it's like if you take off the mask and it's like all over your face.
Yeah, no, I hear you. If your personality could be seen in an outfit, what would that outfit be?
Oh my gosh, that is so hard. Okay, what personality? It would probably have some kind of, vintage piece, colorful, fun, bright. Yeah.
Pants, skirt?
Pants. I don't wear skirts. I never wear skirts. I'm not a skirt girl.
I feel like I would be bohemian chic. Like I feel like I'd wear like flowy, but our weather does not permit.
Okay, so I would be rocker fun.
I like that. Oh my God, it's like we're doing each other's Barbies. You're rocker fun Barbie.
Yes.
And I'd be like gypsy, hippie, boho. Yeah, that's the one.
That's amazing. Yeah, rocker for sure. I for sure bring the rocker vibe to high fitness. Like Emily's like the Barbie, the cheerleader.
Yeah.
I'm more of the, Gwen Stefani rocker chick.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for shizzle. Well, it was so nice talking to you. Thank you so much.
So nice talking to you too. Thank you.
And send me all those awesome videos and stuff so I could just pop them in for the intro because
I will for sure. We didn't even get into my early life.
Oh my God, did you want to do it?
No, I was ready for it, but
I feel like it just goes where it needs to naturally spin. I'm sorry if I got you all excited.
No, that's perfect.
I think it was like light fun but poignant. Like, I feel like the advice you offered.
Yes.
Okay, shocker. What are you doing? We're back.
Oh my gosh, we never stop. It's actually ridiculous. Our ideas are just flowing. But Emily and I are writing a book. It's currently nothing about fitness, everything about empowerment and all these things that I tell my girls. And I mean, it won't have the alcohol-free vibe, but all about, so the title is Be Your Own Hype Girl. And it's about, you have to be your own cheerleader. You have to fight for yourself. You never dull yourself down. Go for boys that think you're a 13. Don't go for the boy that thinks you're a 1. That's the worst mistake. And all of us girls make it. Why? I went for so many boys that thought I was a 1 and barely tolerated me. And I was like right in there. And it's so stupid. No, go for the guy that thinks you're a 13. That's how you live a nice life. That's how you fly, is when you're around people that constantly bring you down. How are you supposed to fly? You know, when people love you. So it's all about empowering yourself, not taking no for an answer, having a vision and not listening to what anyone else says, learning that nothing is about you. This is my favorite quote. Nothing others do is because of you. So if someone's not calling you back, or if someone's this, or someone, you know, when we get into this, oh, what did I do? What did I do? And you get like in your head, it has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. And you just move on. The minute you start living that advice, it is such a game changer for me.
Oh my God, I love that so
yeah.
much.
So,
okay, when's this book coming out?
It's coming. Well, we do a big instructor convention, and we had 700 people registered to come to all of our instructors, and it was supposed to be in June, but we're moving it to 2022. So we'll launch the book at the convention.
I can't wait to see the cover. Like, I already see it in my head, and it's perfect.
I see it. It's a couple of kind of beat up cheerleaders. Like,
oh, really? Okay, then that's all I thought.
What did you think?
I thought it was you guys, like, all spunky and fun, like, woo! I didn't.
Oh, we will be, but like a cheerleader, but with like a cast, and like you gotta like,
that's
everything that comes to you, you have to kind of fight through it and still.
Well, I hope you guys are going to be speaking in the future to schools too, because I think it's such a important message just to constantly be reminded of as a girl growing up, for sure.
Oh, I think it's so important. If I had learned these lessons young, like I was always too much, even for my family. Oh, Amber, like
tone it down.
Take it down a notch, take it down enough. And dulling yourself for other people is such a big mistake.
Yeah. No, it kills your soul.
It kills your soul. And another thing that Emily and I are huge about is body image issues. So I can't imagine now, because when we were girls, you know, everyone had to look a certain way. And somehow when you're young, you think that your bone structure is irrelevant. You're like, even though I'm like, my bones literally weigh 150 pounds. Like I'm lean, but like I'm a thick girl. And somehow I thought, like, if, you know, I don't eat or this and that, I'll be this, but it's impossible. It's like turning the chair into the table. Like, your structure is your structure. There's no changing that. And just loving yourself and rocking you. Like, my girls are night and day physically. Like, one is like a rail, the other is curvy and vivacious, and they could never diet their way into each other's bodies. And just seeing that, like, now that I'm older and wiser and that, like, girls need to know this. But I do think it's changing. I do think that shapes and sizes are being celebrated.
Well, I'm having Amanda LeCount on the show, and she was on America's Got Talent, and she was like, oh my gosh, the best dancer ever.
That is
and Heidi Klum buzzed her in the middle of her audition live. And everyone booed Heidi, and then Heidi got major backlash. But Amanda's whole thing is, of course, she just trademarked the name Breaking the Stereotype, because now she's featured on the cover of every dance magazine. Like, she's a curvy girl. And especially in the dance world, you know, it's like, oh, if you're not this, like, you know what, you're not a dancer. Man, she is blowing that out of the water. And I have to tell you, I've never seen, when she dances, I'll send you a clip. I'm actually getting all buzzy right now.
I love it.
When she dances, you feel her energy.
Yes.
It's not, I'm a dancer, and I feel like so much dance has become, watch me, this is pretty. I'm a dancer. When you watch her, you feel it. And you're
Oh,
like,
yes. I
oh,
need to know this girl. This
oh,
is
you're gonna love
amazing.
her. And
I
her
love
whole thing
it.
is breaking the stereotype. And let me tell you, she's doing it. She's young. I think she just turned 22 or 20.
Queen.
And she is
Love it.
killing it. So I will
Amazing.
send you her stuff as well.
At 22 to have that kind of confidence, that's
I
a
think she's been through a lot. To go on a national stage, like America's Got Talent, like in front of everyone.
I'd love to have her speak at my convention. Send me her
Yes,
stuff.
I'll put you guys in touch.
Yeah, we're anti-diet. Like
Yeah.
people that promote us, we're like, if you have macros and stuff on there, we don't want to hear. Like it's just like so out of hand. It's insane. And if food is taking over your life, I'm sorry. Even if you say it's macros, it's an eating disorder. Like we've got to get rid of this like counting and the stressing and it's so unhealthy. It's just it's a hamster wheel from hell. And Emily and I know that firsthand because we've both been through eating issues, and it is the hell on earth. There's nothing worse than having
It's
it.
all you think about. You can't change.
Oh,
You're not living.
it's
You're not living.
it is so horrific. So diet culture, we're like,
Caca.
and
Yeah.
it's unpopular. Like
And I think that's kind of what you've shifted at, because I think the fitness world of the 80s was the diet full on. Like it was like the diet went with the fitness. It was obsession. And you're bringing the aerobic fitness back with like a fun approach. It's about having fun.
It's about losing emotional weight. That is our shtick. Is like forget the physical weight. How about you lose the emotional weight, and then everything falls into place? Because I mean, if you're overeating or not moving or whatever, there's something heavy weighing on your soul. It's always emotional weight.
And the emotional manifests as physical too.
Absolutely.
I was my healthiest. I just had a conversation yesterday with my friend from Los Angeles, and he's like, "Oh, you look so different." I'm like, "Yeah, I would say so." In LA, we were dancing like 6 hours a day and on weekends, and I was eating healthy, and I was my heaviest. And again, talking about body frame, it wasn't like anything bad. It's just I knew that wasn't my weight. And when I came back to Calgary, same eating habits, actually less dance, probably ate worse, but I was shedding. And I think the reason I got back to my real body weight was because it was a lot of emotional stress, not being with my family, navigating Los Angeles. It was not the most healthiest. It was a pretty toxic environment, I would say.
Yes.
Comparing yourself to people, and that emotional weight really does exist. It really does.
Yes. Oh, it is the game changer. Is that when you get rid of the emotional weight, everything else just falls into place. When you're counting every calorie and focusing on these workouts you hate, you're adding more emotional weight. How are you supposed to succeed when you're so heavy?
Yeah.
You're heavy, like the load on your shoulders is so overwhelming. But when you rid yourself of that and you rid yourself of what you're supposed to be and rock who you are.
Yes, rock you.
Yes, we need the rock you shirt.
You need the rock you shirt like yesterday. So as soon as that arrives, I'm gonna be wearing it everywhere I go.
Okay,
not really anywhere right now,
but I want one of your scarves. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Which one do you want? Well, we can talk later about that.
I can come over. Well, I'm not allowed to come over. We'll meet.
I know.
No, I'm just kidding.
You'll go on the website, pick a scarf.
Okay.
You can wear it in your hair too. So this is the pocket square, but you can wear it around your neck and your hair and your bag. It's like the perfect size.
Such a cute idea. It's so fun.
Well, it was just like, how do I translate my art into something you can wear? So it's fun. Yeah. But I love you. It was so nice talking and catching.
I love talking with you too. Such a pleasure. So fun. At the beginning, okay, so we have 1 million annual participants.
Okay.
Not subscribers. I would. If we had 1 million subscribers, I would.
Oh, sorry. Well, it says 1 million participants. Okay, so I will make sure I either skip that part,
or you may
or clarify it at the bottom. Thanks so much for listening to the Famously Unfiltered podcast show. Again, this is the long, uncut, raw footage from my PS Make Me Famous YouTube series. If you'd like to see the edited video version, jump on to YouTube/PS Make Me Famous. Please subscribe, show your support with a thumbs up or a comment. It means a lot for us content creators who are constantly spending our days creating content in hopes of becoming famous.